Yes, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. It's a new week with your favorite show at this time of the hour, Faith and Melody, the program where we have meaningful conversations about our faith as members of the Church of Christ, our Iglesia ni Cristo, and listen to inspiring INC original music. And today, we're kicking off our celebration. Not only are we excited for the upcoming 110th year anniversary of the Church of Christ, but this week, marks another year of INCRadio Faith and Melody on air and online. We have so much to be thankful for, and we're excited for you to join us. So let's get this show started by listening to the first song on our playlist, the INC original music titled Hope in God's Grace. Kuya, take it away.
As days pass, the more I yearn for us to be in the true home that God made for you and me.
Cause we're both tired of problems in every corner that makes life in this world harder.
Let's not lose hope, for it's drawing nearer. The joyous moment for us, His nation, the promised salvation. Put our hope in what's ahead, in all of His great promises, in the grace that will be ours. Put our hope in the grace that will be ours. Put our hope in the grace that will be ours.
Put our hope in the grace.
Put our hope in the grace that will be ours. Will be ours. We wait for His son's return. Let's promise to be brave. Don't be afraid. Whatever trials you and I face, don't let our hearts be swayed. When troubled by our times we face, pray to God. Do not be dismayed. Cast our burdens on Him and hold on a little longer. Wait and see He'll make us stronger. It was ahead in all of His great promises, in the grace that will be ours. Put our hope in the grace that will be ours. If the time comes when we finish our race, we'll be happy and won't be sad. Ever again. His grace, eternal peace in heaven. If the time comes when we finish our race, we'll be happy and won't be sad. Ever again. Hope in the grace that will be ours.
Put our hope in what's ahead in all of His great promises.
Put our hope in what's ahead, in all of His grace, the grace that will be ours, the grace that will be ours. In what's ahead, in all of His promises, the grace that will be ours, the grace that will be ours. In the grace that will be ours. Don't be afraid to take the baby steps. It's another day. Don't forget God's just a prayer away. Don't give up now. Trust the process and keep learning. And if you need a friend, we're in this together, together, together. We're in this together, together, together. We're in this together, together, together.
Yes, together again here in Faith and Melody. And welcome to each and every one of you that's tuned in right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am one of your hosts. Well, I'm your host for today's broadcast, your brother Jay Esperanza, broadcasting all the way here in the land down under sa district ng Australia West. I don't know why I switched to Tagalog just then, but that's probably because we have a lot of people that's there in our live chat right now from the Philippines that's tuning in with us. So whether you're watching us live or on the replay, especially those of you that's tuning in from the Philippines where it is a little bit after midnight. So maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Magandang umaga, tanghali at gabi. And yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying up. Happy midnight to each of you that's tuning in there from the Philippines. We're going to give you a shout out in a little bit as well. But of course, if you have any song requests, let us know there in the live chat. And welcome to today's episode of Faith and Melody, because today is a special day because it's actually the start of the week of our celebration here on Faith and Melody. If you've been tuning in to Faith and Melody for a while now, you would probably know that around this time of year, it's actually the anniversary of Faith and Melody being on INC Radio. So we've got this beautiful show that's being prepared by one of our Ohana, one of our hosts here on Faith and Melody, Sister Erica. So shout out to her. But yes, we're going to be celebrating, reminiscing, and everything in between, all the good times and all the tears that came out of all the discussions, right, that we've had here on Faith and Melody. But before we get into any of that, let me introduce our ate, who is also here in the on the panel with me. She is also one of our Ohana of Faith and Melody. So let's give her a chance to introduce herself all the way from New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken, our Ate Katleya. Hello, Ate, how are you? Oh, okay. I think her microphone is either switched off because there
Hello,
you go.
hello, hello, hello. Technical difficulty during a live broadcast. That's how you know we're live. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, Brother Jay. I'm Kathleen Fajardo de Guzman, all the way from the East Coast of the United States here in New Jersey. I think we're opposite seasons, Brother Jay. So currently we're having summer temperatures and you're winter.
Winter here.
Winter, yeah. So I'm so excited to be here. July, I remember this when we were hosting during the pandemic, that this week is definitely a big week. It's a lot of trivia that I'm a little embarrassed to say I don't remember all the answers. So hopefully there's no trivia questions. And we always have the same one, and I still don't remember some of the answers, even though we ask them every year. So
We do have our trivia questions, and it's great because we have some new viewers, right, that's tuned in right now, someone who some of them may have not been tuning in for the past year of Faith and Melody. So it's a nice way for them to learn a little bit about not just the show but the hosts and a little bit of the history. So we'll see what comes up during our
uh-oh.
discussion.
Uh-oh. I hope Ate Des is not watching so that I will be super embarrassed. I still don't know the right answers.
But of course, before we get into any of that, for those who are fairly new to the program of Faith and Melody, here's what you can expect on our broadcast today. We do have our icebreaker segment, which is going to be a Faith and Melody trivia. So that's coming up in a little bit. We also have our selection of INC original music, but our Faith and Melody heartbeats are your song requests. So if you there in live chat watching us live right now have any INC original music that you want us to play on the show. I know Kuya Joshua Arteta is there right now. He always has this one particular song that is very popular, especially if you tune into by request. But it's one of the love songs that we have. I wonder if he's gonna request that. But if you have any song requests, INC original music, let us know in the live chat. We'll get our Kuya Pong and Kuya Irene to get that played for you as well. And of course, we'll be talking a lot about celebrating this week of Faith and Melody because we've got the anniversary coming up. It's not actually today, but it's this week. So it's I wonder if anyone there in live chat knows exactly the day when Faith and Melody started broadcasting here on INC Radio. And later on, what we always look forward to, our verse of the week. And right now, if you're tuned in with us, It's most likely on our YouTube channel on INCRadio DZEM 954. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, notification bell so you get notified. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that the thumbs up button as well, because that will give uh, the whole YouTube algorithm thing working so that more people can know that we are actually live right now. But if you're listening or watching to us on our replay, that's fine as well. Make sure you jump over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And you can also share your comments there, because we do go back and we check out any comments that you have. And if you put any song requests in there, we'll play them throughout the week, the next time that we have Faith and Melody also. But with that, I think before we start giving everyone a shout out, I think it's time for us to break the ice at the cat. And let's move on to our icebreaker.
Icebreaker!
Okay, our icebreaker for today, as mentioned, is a it's a trivia of Faith and Melody. So let's see how well our live chat can do this. So I'm gonna post it there as well in our live chat comments. But before that, let me just give a quick. Actually, let's do the first one. Let's post it there so that they can start writing their answers. But a quick shout out. First question is, when did Faith and Melody launch? So we are looking for the date, so the month and the date, not the day, but the date and the year, right? So month, day, and if you know it, the year as well of when Faith and Melody launched here on INC Radio. I think only a small number of people that's tuned in right now, because we have a lot of new viewers, right, that would know this. But quick shout out to those that's commenting away there in live chat. Love it. Most of them are from the Philippines at the cat. So I'm very surprised. I'm very excited that they're staying up with us for this icebreaker. But I'm gonna just scroll up and I see if I can shout out some of these greetings. Kuya R. Christian Roda is always there. He's everywhere on INC Radio. I don't know if you've noticed. If you look at any of the other programs, Kuya R. Christian Roda is always supporting INC Radio, is always commenting on all the different programs. So good morning or good evening or magandang midnight, Kuya R. Christian there in the Philippines, greeting us from the locale of Noveleta, district of Cavite, there in the Philippines. Ka Ernesto Dolar is there saying happy viewing to everyone and keep safe from Cavite South. Kuya Joshua Arteta as well, our heartthrob ng INC Radio. Kuya Josh is there in our live chat, of course. Ka Mario Calvelo is there. Happy viewing everyone from the locale of Berlin. And also Kuya Mario Oka from the Philippines is there. The Angel Caramonte saying good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Watching from the district ng Santa Cruz, Laguna. So there you go. So we got Philippines in the house. Ka Priscilla Batan is there also. Ka Marlene Nabong from the district of Bay Area in California, from the locale of Barlingame.
Burlingame.
Burlingame.
Burlingame. Yeah.
Burlingame. There you go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ka Carlos Vicente from locale of Tracy, District of Northeast California. Of course, Carlos Alvaro is there. I wonder if Carlos knows the answer to the first icebreaker question, because Carlos has been a long-time supporter of Faith and Melody. Love that as well. And see if I've missed anyone else. Angel is there. But yes, and Manong Delmar just tuned in saying aloha to us, aloha to Carlos. Hello, Manong Delmar. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you probably know the answer to this. Manong Delmar, was he originally, he was originally a host of Faith and Melody,
He was.
right?
He was
He was.
Tagalog Tuesdays. He had a
I,
Tagalog Tuesday segment. I remember that. Yes, that was Brother Delmar. He's one of the first hosts that I met from Faith and Melody. Yes. So if he doesn't know the answer to this, I mean, I don't know if he was one of the first hosts when,
hmm,
well, I don't want to spoil the trivia. Let's talk about it after the trivia, but he should know this information, especially if he was there. Let's see how well he
that's
knows
true.
it.
But in case Manong Delmar hasn't didn't hear the first trivia question, it's when did Faith and Melody launch? Now we have an answer from Carlos already, from Carlos Alvaro. But before that, Ate Katlea, do you have any idea on the day, the date, and the year? Wait, the
Okay.
month. Sorry, the month, the day, the month, the date, and the year.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess because I also this is the year that I also joined INC Radio. 2015 is the year, I think. And since it's this week, I'm just like since it's July, I'm just gonna say July. As for the actual date, like the day, I'm a blank. I always get lost on this one because we don't it's the whole week celebration, so I don't remember this one. So July 2015 is my guess.
We know that it's the beginning, the first week of July, right?
Yes.
Carlos Alvaro also answered the same, July 2015. Wait, so at the cat, you joined INC Radio overall in 2015?
Yes, I was on a different show. I was on the show, and this is, I think, part of our discussion later. I was on the show called INT Radio for Good Health.
Oh, okay, all
That,
right. So
that was my first
this will
show.
we'll find out a little bit more about that in our
Yeah.
discussion later. But 2015, okay. So Carlos Alvaro also said July 2015. I've got a couple of other comments here. Kuya R. Christian Roda says this year on 2022 with the Faith and Melody family, right? Kuya Joshua Arteta says, ako nang simula po ng nanonood ng Faith and Melody this 2020 until this year po. Oh, so Kuya Joshua's been watching since 2020 up until right now, currently. So, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. But for those that I think everyone's got kind of like the correct idea. It is July. It is in 2015. And the date is actually the 6th of July. And we're talking the 6th of July in the US, right? Because that's technically where it launched. So
So,
not,
so now we have to do math, brother Jay.
well, because like right now, so would that mean it's like July 7 in the Philippines? Okay, I'm confused. Ate
It,
Des?
it, it depends. It depends on the time slot it started in, brother Jay,
That's
because this
true.
because 12 o'clock wasn't the original time slot that it started in. Is what I recollect from previous shows,
I
previous
wonder if
anniversary celebrations.
Well, I wonder if Kuya Pong or Kuya Irene would happen to know. Like, I don't know if they were around when Faith and Melody first launched, but our brothers on board there in our main studio, Kuya Pong, Kuya Irene, do you know whether it was July 6 or July 7 in the Philippines when Faith and Melody launched? I'm not sure. But before we go on to our next trivia question, we'll give another one of our Ohana of Faith and Melody that's just joined us here on the panel a chance to say hello to everyone, especially everyone there that's tuning in right now, are all the way from the United Kingdom, our Ate Edelweiss.
Hello to everyone. Hello, Kuya Jay, and to everyone who's tuning in. Hello po, I'm Sister Edelweiss from the District of United Kingdom. Hello, Ate Kat. It's been a while. Hello po.
So we're glad to have both Ate Katlea and Ate Edelweiss here, being one of the original Ohana when I first started tuning in, at least, right? But at the Edel, since we're talking our icebreakers about trivia questions of Faith and Melody, this next one is the question that goes out to everyone there. Since we found out the date of when Faith and Melody first launched, July 6, 2015. So the next question is, what was the previous title of the show before the show was called Faith and Melody? Because it wasn't originally Faith and Melody at the beginning, surprisingly, right? So we've got a couple of actually, I forgot that we've actually got a multiple choice here just to help everyone out. Okay, so what was the previous title of this show when it first launched back in 2015? Right? Was it Melody of Faith? Was it Heart and Soul? Was it Two Souls, One Voice? Or was it Shine as Lights? So those are the options. Live chat, let us know. Our Ohana there in live chat, let us know if you know the answer, what the show might have been called before it was called Faith and Melody. Was it Melody of Faith, Heart and Soul, Two Souls, One Voice, Shine as light. Shine as light is nice. That's a
I
nice
feel like
title.
I don't remember any of these as being the right answer.
Oh,
But I guess one of them has to be right, brother
yes.
Jay. I feel like this doesn't sound, but what do I know? I don't remember actually, because this is exactly how the discussion always goes. What would have been the name? What should have been the name? What was the name? What was the actual name? I don't remember. But I
Heart
do
and
like.
Soul's another nice name, but then I think there's already I might be getting that inspiration from another platform.
Oh yes, it definitely wasn't Melody of Faith. I have to. That's my only answer. It definitely wasn't that. So I don't know if Adele has a if she actually, or is it time to reveal the answer? Do you know the answer, Adele?
Yeah, I want to hear out there, Adele, if she knows. I feel
Uh,
like she knows.
I don't know, but I've heard it before. But I don't know if it's the actual. Yeah. Was it the third one? Was it the third one, Kuya?
What was the third one? You have to say it.
Wait, what is the third one? Can you say it
What is the
again for
third?
me?
Oh, well, yeah. So the third one, one, two, three, two souls, one voice. Yeah,
Is that the one? I feel like it is, but hello,
I
Patita. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I feel like he's gonna pop on any second and remind us. I feel like it had souls in it, but I don't remember that
Hmm.
that was the one. But I guess if it's the only option with souls, I know it has souls in it. Um, I,
I've been taking the answers throughout the past year, so I'm pretty sure this is correct. But we have some of our other Ohana there in live chat. Shout out to Manong Delmar, of course. Manong Flo is there as well. That's tuning in, saying hello to everyone from the District of Oregon and all the way from Southern Africa, from the District of Southern Africa. Kuya Mark Anthony is there greeting each one of us. If everyone that just tuned in, we're doing a bit of our trivia of Faith and Melody since we're celebrating another year of Faith and Melody here on INCRadio. But their answers, Manong Delmar says, where did it go? Two souls, and one voice. Manong Flo says two souls and one voice. So the answer is two souls. And Carlos Alvaro also said the same correct answer. It was originally called Two Souls and One Voice. Actually, someone has to correct me. I don't know if the and is actually there. Was it just two souls, one voice? Or was there actually an and? But at the cat, do you know?
I don't think there was an and.
Yeah.
I
But
think it was
we'll
a
accept that
comma.
answer. We'll accept the and or the comma, whatever it is. It's fine. It's close enough. Two souls, one voice.
Yeah,
Now it's faith and
because Manong Delmar said two souls, one voice. He didn't put the and. So he was, I think, one of the well, I mean, if we go in the time machine, I know Manong Delmar and Manong Flo, I met them both on the show at the same time. So I don't know who came first.
who came
Like
first? The
one of
manong
them,
or the manang?
yeah, one of them should know. No and. He just
No,
said
no
no
and.
and.
No and.
Yeah, no
There you
and.
go. So two souls, one voice. I hope everyone that's tuned in, you're taking notes so that you'll be ready for our trivia test next year.
I was gonna offer a prize, Brother Jay, but if no one knows the answers, how can anyone win?
Well, that's true. Oh, Carl Lewis has actually been getting it. She's been answering quite well. So this next trivia question, how many years will Faith and Melody be this July 6, 2024? I mean, we gave the year and the date already. So if you can do a quick number of maths on your fingers, you'll be able to count it. Ate Adele, quickly, your maths. Can you
Nine
math
years.
really quick?
9 years, Kuya, 9.
Ate Kat, can you confirm?
Yes, I did on my calculator. 9 years. I did use my calculator app. I was like, I think that's 9. I just want to double check.
It fits on your fingers. So if you had fingers just to count it, you'll be fine as well. But it is 9 years. In the live chat, we have a few people saying, Carlos Alvaro, she was the first one I saw that said 9 years. Manang Flo says, oh man, that was 9 years ago. So 9 years. So at the cat, you've been on radio for 9 years also, right?
I guess,
Um,
yeah. Yes,
almost
9
a decade.
years. Yeah, almost. But time goes
Almost.
by so fast. You don't even realize the time. Only when you count how many microphones you've had, then you realize how long you've been on radio.
Or how many microphones you've dropped, right? All the mic drops that
Not
we've had.
literal, hopefully.
Yes, no. Okay, next trivia question. We say this a lot here on Faith and Melody. The word, the term, the phrase ohana, right? So this next question that I've posted there, what does ohana mean? And I know, we know here on the panel, at the cat, we know what the word ohana means. But just to make sure that everyone out there knows, what does the word ohana? Because we call everyone ohana, ohana there in live chat, our ohana that joins us here on the panel, our host, our executive producer, our overseeing minister, everyone that's part of Faith and Melody that tunes in, that supports the show. We call them ohana. What does it mean? Is it A? Well, okay. I got a couple of options. Does it mean together? Does ohana mean eating together? I like that one. Does ohana mean family? Or does ohana mean loving family? Which one of those four do you think the word ohana means? We've got a couple of answers. Kuya Christian was saying as well 9 years for Faith and Melody. But yeah, what does ohana mean? We've got a couple of answers from Carlos Alvaro saying family. Kuya R. Christian saying family as well. Ohana means I don't know. To Manong Delmar. There you go. But he knows. He knows. But yes, what does it mean? I like the one where it says eating together. But Ate Edel, I know you know the answer, but what does ohana mean? Can you give us the answer?
Family, kuya.
Family. Yes, family. If you notice, it's also the word family. Well, actually, the whole family. What the reason why we call each other family is that because we all work together to become better, right? And I think just that whole thing, that whole, does anyone know where it came from? Like, why, why did it start? At the cat, do you happen to know?
For the word ohana, Ate Des, I think is the one who decided to we should call each other family. And it's funny, I actually looked up the other options like eating together, and it's completely something else that I cannot pronounce in Hawaiian. So it is a Hawaiian term. So Ate Des, Two Souls, One Voice started off in Hawaii. So that's
Mm,
just keeping up with the theme. Yes, Hawaii, Ate Des, and a number of other former hosts. They're all from Hawaii. The show started in Hawaii, and it stayed there for a while. And Ate Des is still there. So it's a Hawaiian term
it
for
is, it is. And it's
family.
not, if you've ever been to Hawaii, like this, the term, they're very friendly people over there. And they're, I guess, just feeling like you're a part of a family as soon as as long as as soon as you're there. I guess that kind of like translated through the show as well, because everyone that's there in live chat, that's always supporting us, tuning in each week, watching the replays, sharing the links, all of that, and also, of course, sharing their thoughts during our discussion. We become family. That's how I started feeling. But we'll get into that discussion later on. But that's how I started feeling with this show. So the last question, the last part of our icebreaker is, for now, who is currently the youngest host of Faith and Melody? I'm not gonna give any multiple choice on this one because I want Team Live Chat to guess. But I know here on the panel I think we know the answer. But who do you think is currently the youngest host of Faith and Melody? Because
The youngest
yeah,
in age, right? Not the newest host.
that's a good question. But yes, in
But it's the
age.
same. It's the same person. It would be the same person anyway.
Yeah,
Youngest
it's
in.
the youngest in
Sorry if
age.
I
Who do
gave
you
that
think?
away. I'm sorry if I gave that away.
But Kuya Joshua Arteta, they're saying families is answering the previous question. But I just realized that some of our viewers um, may not have seen all the hosts that host, because we all host on different days and sometimes we switch days and all of that. So I guess I should probably give a couple of options. So in terms of who you think is the currently the youngest host of Faith and Melody, is it yours truly, Kuya J, me? Is it Ate Arabelle? Is it Let's go with, is it Kuya Pong or is it Kuya Irene? There, that's helping us in our with our maths for today. Who do you think is the youngest host of Faith and Melody in age? I see a couple of answers in live chat already. Uh, but I think we all know the answer. So Carlos Alvaro got it right. Manong Delmar, Kaar Christian, they all saying Ate Arabel. So yes, that is correct. Ate Arabel is the youngest host, and
I
he
got
is
that
currently.
answer wrong. I got that answer wrong, Brother Jay.
Oh,
I
who
thought
did
it was
you?
Brother Stanley. I thought Brother Stanley was the youngest. Wow. So, and I watched I watched Pete and Mel.
We don't really reveal our age. I'm pretty sure. See, Ate
Sorry.
Arabel's not here to confirm, or Kuya Stan. Kuya Stan, if you're watching, if you're tuned in there in live chat, let us know. But I actually don't know exactly. I didn't ask them their age,
Okay.
but I'm pretty confident that
It's Arabelle.
the current youngest host of Faith and Melody is Ate Arabel. That can be pretty. I'm pretty sure with that. So well done to everyone that guessed that. That is the official answer that I am taking for today's segment. And just as a bonus round, who is the oldest? No, we won't do oldest. We won't do oldest. No, that's no. So we're going to get into our topic discussion because there's a lot of I guess memories and things to talk about with our discussion for today. So don't go anywhere. Let's take a quick musical break. All right. Hopefully you all enjoyed a little icebreaker. You took down notes for our trivia so that you can be more prepared for next year's anniversary of Faith and Melody. But for now, the next INC original music that we'll be listening to is titled Happy Victory. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this song.
Ooh yeah, yeah. The words of God came to went from a distant land. He chose a messenger to bring all people to the true church. Yeah, though trials came along the way, he kept his trust in God that this work would be victorious. Let's celebrate and praise our God above, for He blesses and loves the Church of Christ. Let's all be happy in our victory, the victory of the Church of Christ. It stood the test of time. Now the church has reached glorious heights. From 1 to millions, all throughout the world. The trials came along the way. He kept his trust in God that this work
Welcome back, everyone, to Faith and Melody, where we are currently celebrating upcoming 9 years of Faith and Melody here on INC Radio. We're so glad to have you with us. We're so glad that you're there in live chat, our Ohana there in live chat, supporting, enjoying the songs. But of course, if you do have any song requests, let us know, and we will get that played on our broadcast today. But of course, you can also tune in to a few different ways for any other INC original music. If you want to listen to more, you can check out the INC original music YouTube channel, and also the Iglesia Ni Cristo production company YouTube channel, where we have a lot of our brothers and sisters in the faith performing covers of these songs. And of course, the INC playlist mobile application on iOS and Android, so you can take the songs along with you. And a quick shout out to Kuya Jordan Agustin there in our live chat, saying good morning to everyone. Kuya Jordan, happy anniversary to Faith and Melody. It's always one of the original hosts as well, one of our forever Ohana here on Faith and Melody. And Kamel Kanukum as well, saying greeting us, happy 9th year anniversary to Faith and Melody from Nevada, in Mountain States, District of Mountain States, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, we're very excited. We're very excited. So July 6th, which is this coming weekend, is the actual date of the anniversary. But we have this whole week, so make sure you tune in throughout the whole week of Faith and Melody, so that you can join in the celebration and see what the other days, what the other hosting teams have got prepared to continue this anniversary, 9-year anniversary of Faith and Melody. So with that, let's move on to our topic discussion as we celebrate our time here, not only on Faith and Melody, but also on INC Radio. So we already had a chance to have a think about this, because I know Ate Kat and Ate Adele has already had time to review this particular one, which is describe INC Radio. And I'm going to change this a little bit, because sometimes describing INC Radio in one word could be a little bit difficult. So you can even do either in one word or in one phrase, right? So if you want to use a phrase instead, let us know. Our Ohana there in live chat, everyone that's tuned in, describe for you what is INC Radio in one word. Ate, let's go with Ate Idel first. One word or one phrase, Ate?
Kuya, I'm gonna stick with one word, which is describe INC Radio in one word is family for me, because I joined INC Radio. Um, well, I joined back in 2019, but I was mostly active, 2020 onwards, and really I've gained a family here. So yeah, INC Radio for me is family.
Family. I love it. I mean, I guess that's where the whole Ohana phrase comes from, which means family, right? It's a forever family, whether close or far distance. I like it. At the cat, I have it for you. One word, one phrase, up, totally up to you. I'm not sure if she's frozen or
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's
just
thinking
thinking.
or
She's like thinking, like if you can see her right now, she's just like
okay.
okay.
I don't know.
I think her camera froze. Okay, we'll wait for
Mm.
the cat. She's needs a little bit more time to think on that on that one. But for me, INC Radio in one word or in one phrase would be connecting, connecting, because it
Mm.
truly, like, that's one of the things that I felt when I first started tuning into Faith and Melody, and also to INC Radio in general, because there's a lot of different satellites, studios, and also shows. And the thing is, you connect with the brothers and sisters, and even all the people all over the world. They're in live chat. The cat is back. You
She's
were
back.
thinking really,
She's
you
done
were thinking
thinking.
really hard. But yeah, just to finish up what I was saying, it's just for me, it's connecting, because I felt like I connected with so many people all over the world that I never would have met if it wasn't for INC Radio. I now know people and have people's contacts, from Japan, from Canada, from the UK, from all these other places all over the world that I have never been to, right? And I don't know if I'll ever end up going there, but if I ever do, I know people there now. And of course, everyone there in live chat, Philippines as well, and in the States and Hawaii. right? Of course, and everyone that was part of the Ohana when I joined also. So for me, connecting is that one word. How about you, at the cat? What's your one word or one phrase to describe INC Radio?
One word for me is amazing. And I don't know if that word is overused, so I had to look it up to make sure that I got the right definition use. It says, according to a number of internet sources, causing great surprise or wonder, astonishing, impressive. So INT radio in its totality, not just Faith and Melody, but all the programs throughout the week. We all know this is a 24/7. It's a radio. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Visual radio streaming. It's amazing the things that you learn, the people that you meet, that you see on air, but you also meet in person. It's just an amazing experience, even just through learning all the different topics and the expert advice that we get all across the board in different languages as well. So it's amazing.
That's true about the different languages because do you know how many languages we have on INC Radio? So there's obviously with Spain, right? And also is it called Latin America? Is that
Yes.
satellite studio
Yes.
with Ate Crestan, right?
Yes.
So we've got that language. We've got Japanese as well, and of course the different dialects and languages from the Philippines, right? With all the different satellite studios, and also in Africa, right? We also have Africa and I guess the different dialects or languages there,
Yes.
right?
Correct. Yeah.
So multilingual, multi-time zone.
And also Europe. Europe has so many languages as well.
Yes, of course. How could I forget about Europe with Central Europe, Western Europe, Northern Europe, like all the different, and also in United Kingdom, right? Because you also have what do you have in United Kingdom, Mate? You've got Dutch, you
We've
got.
got Welsh, Scottish, um
Can you give
what
us a
else?
sample?
No.
I was gonna say our Scottish hosts are fun, but sometimes I have a hard time understanding what they're saying.
Yes, but to be
Sometimes
honest, Atikat, I think the hardest one to understand is Irish.
I was just gonna say that Irish,
Yeah,
especially
Irish.
when they get excited and they talk fast. It's like
Yeah, it's just a whole different language. But
Can
yeah.
we? Do you know which host actually speaks Irish in the United Kingdom satellite studio? Do you happen to know who?
Yeah, Sister Sanli. I'll try to invite her and join Fate and Melody one time, and then maybe she can give us an example.
well, it's the
That
way
would
she
be
just
awesome.
talks. So yeah, I know they slow it down sometimes for us. It's like I don't
I want to
understand.
hear the excited Irish talking that that the Catley is speaking of. And speaking of different languages, Ate Pine is there in live chat. She just said hello. I saw Ate Pine earlier. So Ate Pine is tuned in right now saying hola to us. So that's Spanish, right? It's Spanish.
It is. But also, Brother Jay, for Australia and New Zealand, sometimes the English, I don't like some words I don't understand. Like I have to rewind and then sound it out on my side when I'm watching. So yeah, so it sounds like another language, but it's English.
Aussie English that we have down here. If you tune into Australia, but of course, New Zealand. I know the hosts of New Zealand. They also speak the native language there, which is Maori, right? I
Oh,
think that's what it's pronounced.
really?
Yeah,
Yes.
so they speak it, and if you listen to their satellite studio, what do you call it? Opening bumper, right? That they have. It's in Maori. It's not in English or Tagalog. It's
Oh,
it's in
wow.
Maori as well.
I have to take a look. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And if
Which
you
is pretty
ever
cool.
I will share a quick story. The first time I stumbled across the satellite studio that was done in Olongo, I thought there was something wrong with me because it's a different dialect. I was like, why is this Tagalog so strange? And then I realized they're not speaking Tagalog; they're speaking a different dialect. So that's also amazing that things that happen like the middle of the night when you're tuned into INT
When you
radio.
tuned in. Which is pretty cool because you can tune in any time of the day and there's something airing, right? You've got a show, a program to listen to. And there's Ate Pine's message saying, "Hola, muy." Ate Cat, I know you can speak a little bit of Spanish. Could you read that for me? That first greeting line?
Oh no, muy buenas
No.
tardes. Muy buenas tardes. Is that good afternoon?
Good afternoon. I think that's good afternoon.
Yeah.
She's greeting us from Barcelona, Spain, right? Saying hello to us. So there you go. Like Faith, well, INC Radio is worldwide. It reaches different people, different continents, different countries and time zones, and just connecting the awesomeness, the amazingness, the family aspect of it, everything that we've been mentioned there. And Carlos Alvaro says, instrumental is INC Radio. Kamelka also shared in one word, inspiring for INC Radio. So I love that. Let's move on to the next part, which is actually sharing with us an INC Radio story, your own one, right? So when did you join INC Radio? When did you start? If you aren't a host and you're just a regular they call it person there in live chat that tunes in, right? One of our regular listeners or viewers. When did you start listening to INC Radio, perhaps, and who introduced you? How did you find out about INC Radio? Uh, at the cat, over to you first. Tell us your INC Radio story, your kwentong radyo.
So I was recruited actually by someone in my local congregation of Elizabeth. Her name at the time, I don't remember. Well, her name right now is Nikki Valdez. She got married. Orden, Nicole Orden at the time, and she was actually the producer for the show called INC Radio for Good Health. So that was the first show that I was on that started in 2015, and we were on there I think for 3 years until 2018, if my math is right. So she recruited me and introduced me to Brother Manley. I think we all know him. He's the executive producer for my region here in US, Canada, Latin America, and I think he also oversees Micronesia. So he was our producer, and it was such an amazingly strange time. It's when yeah, radio was visual. It was the first time they were doing visual radio, but it wasn't like this. It was like there was only like 7 slots or 8 slots, and you had to get in at the right time. Otherwise, there was not enough room for you and you couldn't get on. It was very competitive. So there was like always a lot of adrenaline when you had to join the show. I don't know if Adele joined when it was still like that, but it wasn't it wasn't like this where you could have, 50 people on the show. It was like 8 people. One was tech, and the other one was usually Brother Manley or whoever the host was, and then the other 5 slots you had to compete for, and it was like you hope somebody lost their signal you can get on. so
That's
so
pretty
that's
cool. That's
that's how I
interesting.
started. It was very competitive. It was live reporting was a whole other game. Like it was like a sport. It really was to try to get on to report live.
So as soon as a spot opened up, it's like, quick, hit the connect button, connect now.
Yes, literally, I'd be just like this on my phone, just tapping, just keep going, because Kuya Manley would be like, just keep trying. Someone's gonna drop off.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's an interesting. I don't think I ever experienced that when I joined. I think when I first joined, we were already in this platform where more and more people can join all in one time. How about you, Ate Adele? Like, what's your INC radio story?
I just want to add on to what Atikat says. When you have to like join in, sometimes I remember I used to watch it on our YouTube platform, and because there's a sidebar, you can actually see who left the platform, and then when someone leaves, you'll just jump right into the link and start joining. That's how I used to join before. But for me, I started joining INC Radio way back 2019. I remember it was July 2019, and it was actually Kuya Manly who recruited me through Sister Lori's, because I was tuning in INC Radio international edition then, and Sister Lori's was on that, and I was just commenting because she just told me just comment, and then we'll read your comments, and so I start doing that, and then right after the program, Sister Loris and introducing me to Brother Manley, and then you know that's where it all started. Brother Manley was then asked me if I want to join the program, and there you go. That's where it all started. So yeah, July 2019. I can't remember the day, but I can remember the month and the year. Yeah,
July 20, is that right?
2019,
2019.
2019. Yeah.
You know, I actually, just to prepare, I actually had to look through our old chat to remember
Mhm.
when I first joined INC Radio, right? And because I do remember when I first tuned in. I started tuning in 2021. So basically, a year and a half into the pandemic, right? That we just recently had in the middle of the year. It's like I think around May or June when I just started tuning in because we were in lockdown situation. We weren't allowed to leave the house. Everything was done online. I don't know if you still remember back in those days, right? Where everything was just like online. And for whatever reason, we ended up being so much more busier, right? So we're just always on our computer, always on our phones, doing a lot of church activities, even though it's all online. But then I stumbled onto INC Radio. And I don't know why I didn't find out about it earlier, right? Or I never had the opportunity to jump on. But when I did, like, it was just so fun, right? So really, it was because of that global scenario that caused me to sort of accidentally bump into INC Radio and be like, oh, what's this? And then I started tuning into some of the shows. And the thing is, for Australia, this show, Faith and Melody, airs in the Philippines at midnight. But if you do the time conversion, and depending on what season of the year you are in, Australia, it's actually 2 or 3 hours later than midnight, right? So we're talking like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., which is quite late. But the thing is, when you have all of these activities and then you just there in the computer and it's just running, all of a sudden you're like, hey, what's running on INC Radio right now? And then you find I started with Wow with Bob, Words of Wisdom with Brethren on Board, right? And then after that, I can't remember the order, but I think Faith and Melody was usually after Wow with Bob, right? And then you had the one with Kuya Manley. Was it In Connections?
In
No, what was it
connection,
called?
it
It was
was
In
in
Connections.
connections. Yeah, international. I think it changed names, but it was Inco. I know it was one version of Inco. I don't remember. I know there used to be Inco AM, PM, and then I guess this was international. I
And then
remember
by the
reading your
time
comments. I remember reading your comments during our shows before you joined the hosting team, Brother Jay. I don't know what year that
I
was.
started there. I started there in Team Live Chat in our Ohana there in live chat. That's just sharing and listening. Personally, I was listening. I wasn't much of a. I wasn't commenting. I was just like a silent listener, right? I'm sure there's a few that's silently listening right now as well. But when I started also participating in the conversation, the discussion, and then like people learned that you were always there and then they will always greet you whenever you say hi, and then it ends up becoming like what we said earlier, like a family. You connect with people and then you just feel welcome. And even though it's not a verbal thing, live chat, it's all text and you're limited to how many characters that you can put in the text box, right? But then you're still able to build a connection with people. You still get to meet them. You jump to other shows and they're there as well, and it's like, oh, let's move on to the next one, and then you jump onto the next show, and then it was like Italy North or Italy South, and then yeah, and then by that time it'd be like 6 a.m. my time, and I'd be like, oh, I've been up all day. But it's okay, I can't leave the house anyway, I have to stay at home. So yeah, but then it was around the discussion around August 2021 was when I first mentioned that with all the inspiration I was getting from the shows and also from Faith and Melody, especially the hosts, and Ate Adele and Ate Kat and all the other hosts that was hosting here on Faith and Melody and all the discussions that you had, and then having my comments read out and having people relate and me relating to your stories and to your experiences as well, that connection that got built there, and it made me find not just myself, right, but also it helped me to understand myself better. And it's usually that time period, 2020, 2021, because of what was happening all over the world. It was a bit tough, right? So finding Faith and Melody, finding INC Radio actually was a big inspiration for me. It helped me learn more about myself, but also give me more, what's the right word? Life in a dark, situation where we weren't able to communicate with our family and friends and see them in person. We had family that just lived like down the road, but we weren't allowed to leave our house and that sort of thing. So there was that big disconnect. So it was nice to be able to connect to, new friends from all over the world. And it's quite fun tuning into Faith and Melody and to INC Radio. So yeah, because of all of that, I decided to reach out, and then around November 2021, November 17, I looked at the chats. I found the exact date when I was added. And then everyone from Faith and Melody Ohana was welcoming me so warmly and all of that. So it was very nice to be a part of a team and a part of a group of people that I admired, I looked up to, and I was inspired by. Right? I am not usually this communicative. Is that the right word? I'm not very open and transparent when it comes to my thoughts, my feelings. I was very guarded, very closed off. And I feel honestly that Faith and Melody, the discussions in the past, especially like everyone, all the hosts. I reached out to Ati Marie as well. Ati Marie is busy, but all of her Monday motivations and everything else like that kind of like helped me to open up. Ati Tony, shout out to Ati Tony Rose Valenzuela as well from Northern Midwest, because her very deep questioning at the cats questionings as well. Of course, I've mentioned that a few times. And the juniors, right? Like when Ate Adele and them, like it was all awesome. And everything that came out of that is kind of like what's helped me to become more open as a person in real life. I'm still very introverted, I'm still very shy, but I feel like I've communicated better because of INC Radio. And with that, I think I've spoken too much.
Never
I,
enough, Brother Jay. It's never enough.
But I just want to give a quick shout out to again Ate Pine is there in that's tuning in. Isco Santiago that's tuning in as well, saying hello to us. She shares here that with INC Radio, her INC Radio in one word is truth digger, which I like. I like that because you learned about the truth through INC Radio, and kind of like the tagline that we have, right? INC Radio, DZM 954, changing lives through God's words, right? She also shares here her radio story. She at the ISCO says, I listened to it when I studied in NEU. I don't want to get this wrong. That's New Era University, right? Yes, New Era University. And I had a radio. So she actually listened to INC radio on the radio when she was studying at New Era University. Then when I was in Mun, Muntinlupa, yes, okay, from early morning until night, and now every night, every midnight, I found brainstorming buddies here by Faith and Melody. So I love that story. Again, that's where most of us start, just listening in, and then you start commenting, and then one day, who knows, maybe we'll see you here on the panel. Manong Delmar says he first joined on a show called Kadiwa Life. So Kadiwa, if for those who don't know, that's basically Kadiwa is the term for the organization inside the church that are baptized but not married. So 18 years old baptized. No, wait. Yes, 18 years old baptized and not married members of the Church of Christ. And we had a show called Kadiwa Life where, well, it's not just Kadiwa, it's not just the youth, but everyone joined that show. I know at the Cat, you were on that show a few times as well, right? When it was
Yes.
Kadiwa Life. But now it's called Chatline, right? So you can tune into Chatline. This time slot on Fridays or Saturdays, depending on which time zone that you're in. But basically, at the end of the week, it's at this time slot, it's not Faith and Melody, it's Chatline. So there you go. I don't know if I missed any others comments. Oh, Carlos Alvaro says it's instrumental in introducing INC or the Iglesia Ni Cristo globally, connecting people worldwide, and establishing brotherhood or really helping connect with that brotherhood that we have as members of the Church of Christ, as brothers and sisters in the faith. And with that, what we're going to do before we continue on our discussion, we're going to take another musical break. So Kuya Pong, Kuya Irene, let's get next two songs. We'll play two songs next, just to give us a little bit of time to breathe. And I need a glass of water because I've been talking for too long. So the next two songs that we'll be listening to is the INC original music titled Together, and also the song Shine. And if you've been tuning into Faith and Melody in the past couple of years, you would recognize the song Shine was actually one of our, what do we call it? Musical tracks that we use. Is that what it's called at the cat? Music bed that we use for Faith and Melody. So that was Shine. But yes, enjoy these next two songs Together and Shine. And then we'll be right back to continue our celebration and talking about Faith and Melody. All right, we'll be right back, everyone. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Father, for our family. This wondrous blessing you've given us. Despite the trials that we face, you strengthen us in our faith, and we trust in your promises. Praise our Father, for we're INC. Lift your voice, O daughter of Zion. Praise our Father up above. Lift your torch of salvation. Shine as bright as the sun. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. We are members of God's true nation, members of the Church of Christ. Our God sent a messenger for His will to be done, so that we'll receive salvation that eternal life.
Stand up and defend the faith, whatever may come. Let God's words live in us for INC.
Lift your voice, O daughter of Zion, praise our Father up above. Lift your torch of salvation, shine as bright as the sun. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. We are members of God's true nation, members of the Church of Christ. Lift your voice, O daughter of Zion, praise our Father up above. Lift your torch of salvation, shine as bright as the sun. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. We are members of God's true nation, members of the Church of Christ. Thank the Lord God for His unfailing love. We'll stand by our faith until the end. Bright as the sun. Come on, come on, let's shine. Come on, come on, let's shine. Come on, come on, let's shine. Lift your voice, O daughter of Zion, praise our Father up above. Lift your torch of salvation, shine bright as the sun. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. We are members of God's true nation, members of the Church of Christ. Lift your voice, O daughter of Zion, praise our Father up above. Lift your torch of salvation, shine bright as the sun. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. We are members of God's true nation, members of the Church of Christ. Lift your voice, O daughter of Zion, praise our Father up above. Lift your torch of salvation, shine bright as the sun. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. Come on, let's shine, shine, shine. We are members of God's true nation, members of the Church of Christ, of the Church of Christ, of the Church of Christ.
Welcome back, everyone, to Faith and Melody, where we are celebrating 9 years, well, upcoming 9 years of Faith and Melody here on INC Radio. And we've been talking about our own Kwentong Radio, our own INC Radio story. And with that, I guess we want to get into a little bit more details, or if you want to share something else new. But the next part of our discussion is basically sharing, because sharing is caring, reminiscing. That's how I like to talk about it. What is one of your fondest memories with INC Radio? And this can be both a fond memory, or maybe it's a funny memory that you've had with INC Radio. It can be for the show Faith and Melody, or it could be any other show or anything that's happened because of INC Radio. So for those who are tuned in, our Ohana there in live chat, if there's any fond or memorable, funny moments that that just comes to mind when it comes to INC Radio, or even Faith and Melody, of course, since we're celebrating 9 years here, let us know in the live chat. But over here, let's start with Ate Idel. Ate Idel, for you, what's one of your fond memory or funny memory that you can share with us that you've had?
Um, Only one, Kuya. I have two.
Well, yes, go as many as you can.
Well, the first one is Atikat knows this. It was when I was the last minute host the CEBSI's 52nd anniversary. And of course, the second one is the first episode of the juniors here in Fate and Melody, which was August August 4, 2020, I think. I think yes, yeah. I think I'll give you a thumbs up. Yeah. So yes, but let's go back to the Subsi's to second anniversary. That was me doing, last minute prep, last minute host. Yeah, I had no preparation at all back then, right, Atika?
You were
um,
amazing. You were amazing. Always with our gratitude. Sister Darlene and I were the co-producers for that, and there were a lot of moving parts for the online celebration for the 52nd anniversary of CEBSI, our INT Radio Awards. But you were amazing. You were wonderful and so flexible. You really made such a difference for your segment. I know you and Sister Larice were together in that. So, yeah, there's so many moving parts. And during that time, what year was that? I can't do math. Is it 2021? Was that as well?
yeah.
2021. Yes. We were still in the pandemic, and all these things were still happening. So, yeah, don't you know? I don't know if it's the fondest memory, but I do remember the first time I met Sister Adele. We were in Block One. That was the first time. Block
Block
One
one,
block
four.
block one for the anniversary celebration on 2020. Do you remember?
Ah, and you
Yes.
asked me a question,
Yes,
Ate. You
I
called me
asked
up.
you as an essential worker, how something like how did it feel?
Yes.
So I don't know if that's not my fondest memory, but I do remember that's the first time I met you, and that was a time
Yeah.
for me as well because it was also my first time in a big production on radio like that. It was intense. So thank you
Yes.
also for answering the question. I know I had to call you out on it. There were over 100 people on that in the queue trying to get their greeting. Yeah, it was such a celebration. But that's my first time meeting you, Adele. It was
Oh,
fun.
thank you, Atika.
Yeah,
It
it
was,
was fun.
yeah, it was very nice, to and thank you as well, Ate Kat, and of course to Ate Darlene, shout out, and actually to everyone who really pushed me, outside my box, out of my comfort zone, and really hosted, in front of so many people and through online as well. I remember back then my internet wasn't that great, but you know, God was with me. You know, I pulled through. So really thank you for trusting me, Ate Kat, and to everyone. And of course the second one was of course the first episode of the juniors hosting team. Um that was one of the most memorable and fondest memory that I have. Kuya J really, we were listening to the INC original music together, and I sent Kuya J the first music cover that the juniors also did for our first anniversary, and I messaged Kuya J during the musical break. I was like, Kuya, I miss them. I miss the juniors. Everyone's like, have gone with their separate ways, and I just want them back. I miss
Yeah.
them.
I
Yeah.
do
We
remember that we
we need
were
a sound effect. We need a sound effect that goes, oh, like that. We need a sound effect.
that was impressive. Your first anniversary, I think you had 4 music covers. Is that
Mm.
12 at the
12?
12, 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I
Wow.
watched that.
That's
Yeah,
more
because
than I
we
remember.
yeah, because we were also celebrating the 12 we're commemorating the 12th anniversary of Brother Eduardo leadership in church. So that's why we made it into 12. We made 12 INC original music covers, and yeah, that's all gone now. Let's not watch it. That's all gone now.
What do you mean? It was so impressive. It was so
No.
impressive for the time. For the time, it was really impressive. Everyone was wowed. Still, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of love and a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, brother Nick, for pushing us really. It was all him, to be honest. So shout out to you, brother Nick. Yeah.
And I know, like, were you sick as well? I know Kuya Stan was sick, I think, when you guys did all those recordings, but you guys all pushed through. I remember watching that. I was still not part of INC Radio. I was still a a live chatter other than just in live chat. But that was an awesome uh, performance that you guys created 12 covers, right,
Yes.
of all
Yeah.
those different songs. It was very, very cool. Very, very cool. I like that. That's a really, I really need like a sound effect button that goes, oh, and then like a clap button as well. Um, but how about you at the cat? Any funny or fond memory that comes to mind? I know there's got to be many since you've been in radio for 9 years.
I have so many funny ones. Live reporting is always an adventure. I'll just say that. But for the ones that anyone could see online, for Faith and Melody specifically, there was this one episode where we played a game. I don't even remember if I was on the show, if I was just watching at the time, but there's a we tried a new function for a game, and it was basically drawing a picture and having the panel guess what it was. And poor Erica, Sister Erica, was the drawer. She was the illustrator, and no one could get what she was doing. But you could see, you can imagine everyone is just yelling on the screen about, like, shouting out what it is, and then she's like trying to draw it, and it's just like a whiteboard on the screen, and then you see the panel members on the side just yelling, and no one could get it. And it was just the funniest thing that I had seen on Faith and Melody. And we haven't done it since, probably because of all the yelling. And also no one could get what she was what she was drawing. But shout out to you, Erica, for being the brave one to try to help us guess what that was. I think Ate Des would know. It was the one and only time I think we use that function here on Faith and Melody for a live icebreaker game. But you can imagine, I mean, any of the special episodes where all of the ohana were representing their teams. There's also one time where it was everyone had to wear a jersey or represent a team, and it was team versus team. Those are really the funniest memories, because the things that people would guess, especially when they got the answer wrong, that was always fun. But fondest memories, meeting people in person, Brother Jay, I think really tops the tops the charts. Meeting Brother Arnel Solano and going to the main studio, also, that's something that's off camera, but something that's after being years and years on radio, even before the pandemic, being there and getting to experience that. Um, there's so many. I don't know how to pick it. um I mean, even for my own episodes, I feel like I have blackouts when I think of my own episodes, because you do so much preparation for episodes, all the research, the rehearsal. If you have a resource person, you have another meeting. Also, when we used to do promos, making promos for Faith and Melody, I remember my first promo with Brother R Romano there in Baliwag, Bulacan. It was I didn't know how to do it. It's just so much. And all uh all memories that make you really think, did I do that? Was that me? Did I you just look back and like, wow, I did that. And it is because what Adele was saying earlier, being pushed out of your comfort zone. So yeah, INT radio has made me become someone that I never expected, in a good way. I am also shy. I think a lot of our INC radio hosts will say they're shy or they're an introvert, but because of our love for radio and our love for the brethren, we share our stories here on INC radio to help us all get through, to push through, and also to laugh. I got some messages. Hi, at the care. She said all my answers are making her laugh. So I don't know. I don't know if this one made you laugh as well. I know at the care has her own story about me, about when she won best female host for our region last year. I asked her when we were doing the live walkthrough at the venue. I did say to her when she came up, so we could, look at her, frame her on stage. I did ask her, do you have your thank you speech? And she said, you know, I guess, or it's on her phone. I said, well, you might need it. And she said she didn't believe. I was trying not to drop any hints, but I was trying to prepare her. So when they announced her name, I hope I hope it's okay now. It's a year. It's over a year later. It's over a year later. I hope she's forgiven me for drilling her on that. Like, you should know your thank you speech. Like, you need to know what you're gonna say. It's like, what if you win? And she said, okay, it's on my phone. And it's like, but where's your phone? Is it in the back of the room? It should be on you. So, those small things. I have so many memories, brother Jay, and meeting everyone, even online, coordinating big productions. You, especially on the singing competition, the first ever singing competition, the first season. I have to say the first season because the season two did go on to Isang Tinig, Isang Himig with Mommy Irma and Daddy Henry, but that was an epic time. If I can't, I was trying to think of another word, brother Jay, to now that we're is it a year or two out now from the singing comp? 2 years now. We're
Two
going
years,
almost
yeah.
on 2 years now. Looking back, that was such an epic time. I don't think we'll ever be able to recreate that energy and um, the passion, the hard work. That's when I really learned all the time zones because our crew was divided among
The host and the crew
the
and
host and the crew.
editors,
Yeah, you were
the
there. It was
script
it was
writers.
it was 9 time zones. Yes. The script writers, the other our promo team was also on different time zones. It was a lot of people. Even our live chat monitors and our YouTube live chat hosts, they were also on other time zones. So I think that really it was just such an epic time. I think, and now I think I've talked too much, Brother Jay.
I know, but I do agree with that, other cat. Like that time, especially with that first season of the singing competition, truly epic. It put me out of my comfort zone, but it was really because of that I had like a really exponential growth with my editing skills. I
I
think
would, I would,
I
I would second that. I would second that because if you look at like the first graphics that we had with
mm,
brother, yeah, with brother Henry, like we're like, what what is this? What is this? And then you look at the end product, you're like, well, that wasn't what we initially started out with. It really was an amazing. I have to stop. I think of a different word because I already said amazing. It was such a collection of minds and creativity among everyone that I've never experienced since. And I miss it sometimes, but I also like sleeping. So
yeah.
living on two different time zones, that is also another experience that I've had here because of INT Radio. And like you look back and you go, wow, that I did that. We did that together. So with God's help. So
And
that's also
I don't think many of the people knew like the what do were they called, competitors? Do we call them competitors or
yes, the contestants.
the
The
contestants, right?
contestants were from around the world.
They're around the world, and they were performing those songs the week of, and then they had to get it to us so we could edit it, and we were editing down to the last minute on some of those
Literally, literally
episodes.
the last few minutes in pre-prod. Are we ready? Do we have the videos? Are they? And then they had
Yeah,
to come live as well. Yeah, that's where we met so many amazing talent. I have to think of another word. Just extraordinary talented people, not just in the contestants, which was worldwide, that the open call was worldwide, but even the production team, the music team, everyone, even yeah, I have to shout out Sister Marie, she and Kuya Alfie. They work behind the scenes as our coordinators, like the unsung heroes.
yes.
The unsung heroes to keep our paperwork straight, to keep my time zone straight, to keep us on schedule with production. Yeah, just everyone who helped on that, like there was no effort that was wasted for that production. So I would have to say singing competition for our team live chat. If you've never seen the episode of the singing competition, I think it's still out there. You should look for it. You should watch it. Some of the contestants are now actually hosts of their own shows, like Brother Jakin. Brother Jakin, you can see him on Masayang Tahanan and a number of other places. But he started out as he was our third place winner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He
Third
was our
place.
third place winner. Yeah, so
But
I
I think
just
once you got to the top three, like they were all great
wh- when
performers.
we got to the top 10, it was like it was so hard. Like it slowly, it's like, well, you really had to. The judges had a hard time. I didn't do it. You didn't do it, but our judges had a difficult time grading performances because they were just also wonderful. And I wish Ate Des would, just surprise pop in here and, and take over and give her input as a judge. But that's what I have for fondest memory. Oh, so many memories, Brother Jay. So
Like
many.
I know we have our own satellite studios that we produce for and we host for, and we have, other shows and programs here on INC Radio. But like, like Faith and Melody, of course, and all the others that we have here on INC Radio. But when we have those big productions that we all collaborate together, right? And we're all kind of figuring how to make everything work, and you have all those time zones, it's something special, but it's very unique. It's special, but it's also a lot of hard work. But the amount of pressure that gets applied to everyone, because we are producing every single week new materials, things have to get approved, things have to be edited, and I also shout out my own personal shout out to the music team. Mommy Irma, Kuya Alfie, Daddy Henry, all of them, and their musical team that took care of the contestants to make sure that their audio performances were like good quality, because it is a singing competition, right? So they did a lot of work making sure all of that was up to scratch so that you could really hear through this platform the quality of the performers and their
Yeah.
singing.
And Brother Jay, just to add, we also want to acknowledge Team Live Chat. They're talking away too about their own radio stories. But Team Live Chat for the singing competition, they were very emotional. Like I got personal messages, like when people were eliminated. It's like it's a contest, so people, not everyone could stay on, so we had to do the eliminations, and it was hard. And when people got, I actually got emotional. I don't know if it was because I hadn't slept, but I did get emotional. I did get emotional when contestants were eliminated and it was like their last song on the show. that
Hmm.
that was it was amazing. Like even as a viewer, after seeing everything put together, it also drew me in. But for our Team Live Chat, if you think we don't notice you, we do, and we appreciate all your comments, your feedback, and knowing that you also enjoy the shows. That's amazing. Since you mentioned Satellite Studio, I think this might be one of the funniest moments for my New Jersey Satellite Studio, which now airs at 10:45 p.m. Philippine time. There was one topic we had years ago, what weird food combinations. And we had someone in Team Live Chat say they like Papa Itan and cheesecake. So
Okay, I don't know what Papa Ethan is.
Papa Itan is, I think it's, I wish Adele was here. She could help me explain. Like bile intestine with like, so basically innards, right? So it's usually a soup. It's a hot spicy soup that has some cut up bits. I don't know what it is, but it tastes like it's a tripe. It tastes tripey.
Okay,
But she said it with cheesecake, and the host, the entire panel, all of us were so stumped. Like,
with
so
cheesecake.
yeah, that's why we didn't understand. Like, do you take a bite of Papa Itan and then you have a bite of cheesecake? Because we're assuming you eat all of this together because it's a weird food combo, right? So that to me, I don't know if anyone else in the world has that kind of taste. So it's like a spicy, yeah, taste with cheesecake. So that's
With cheesecake.
until
With
now. There are people in our district who bring that up as one of the funniest moments because we couldn't move on. The host would keep coming back to, it's like, wait, so maybe it's like you mix it together. Like, I wish she had provided details. I have no idea, but yeah.
I'd have to say one of the things that we always, and not just Faith and Melody, but all the other satellite studios and shows, where we always end up talking about food. It always becomes, we either get distracted and then we end up talking about food for a little bit too long, or like weird food combos and all of these things. it's always on the mind. Like
Yes, and
we love food.
Brother Stanley actually commented. He said it's not chef approved in the combo. Yeah,
Not chef
you know,
approved.
no judgment. Whatever makes people happy and their stomachs happy too. But that was one of the unforgettable moments in INT Radio New Jersey. That weird food combo. I will never forget it. 'Cause
I have to. I probably have to also add because, like, I know we're like earlier we were talking quite a lot about seeing competition, but I think it's probably I think it's because I'm sure it was part of the marketing material that the singing competition. Why we were so engrossed about it, and we helped out a lot about it is because it was. Correct me if I'm wrong at the cap, but I think this was in the marketing material that we had when we were promoting the show. It it is a brainchild of Faith and Melody, right? Like well,
yes, it
actually,
was.
Ate Des, or
Yes, it
you and
was.
Ate Des, like
Yeah.
behind the scenes, we were
So
talking about
so
this thing.
yeah. So what happened is we were preparing for the celebration of, I believe it was Faith and Melody's anniversary.
Yes,
It was an anniversary. It was either yeah, I think so. It was an anniversary celebration. It was supposed to be a week-long celebration of special episodes. And brother RR and I were this was actually the last one that no one volunteered for. So everyone had taken the rest of the ideas. I don't remember what they were, but so this was the last one left. So it was actually me, brother RR, and sister Tony. That was our team at the time. And we said, okay, so we have to put together a singing competition for I don't know if it was for the whole week. So every week every day of the week we would eliminate, and that's how it was supposed to be. But then when it got to the station manager, he said, why not make this a show? And then so I got the message saying, at the cat, you can you put together a proposal for a new show? So me, brother RR, and sister Tony had many meetings. And that's what happened. We were only supposed to be 1 week of singing competition. It turned into one whole season. How many weeks is that? 12 weeks, 12 to 14 weeks. I don't remember the math. I know my drive is full of all the documentation, but that's you're right, brother Jay. This came from Ate Des. Ate says we need to do a different kind of celebration, and so they liked it so much they turned into a new show,
yes. So I
and that's
love that.
what
Like
happened.
it came from Faith and Melody, came from your brain and all your idea, your brainstorming that you had, or Faith and Melody, but it became its own its own thing that involved how many time zones? 9 time zones,
Nine,
and
yeah, nine
people
times.
from all over the world, hosts and producers and scriptwriters from all over the world, and it was truly a unique experience. So I think that would also be one of my fondest memories here in 90 Radio, being a part of that. As like I think that when I first joined, it was pretty much put on me almost immediately, right? Because I think
You
I can't
came
remember when it
very
first
you
started.
came very highly recommended, and unfortunately the favorite. So because
Yeah,
your editing skills were like, I don't know
but it
how.
did. Like from what I thought it was like. It's really those times when you have to work under pressure and you work on something big with other people that also you look up to, and then you're also trying to is it meeting their expectations and you're trying to exceed your own limits that you break past it, and that's
I
why I feel like the exponential growth happened because the pressure, you've had this before, this conversation, that sometimes there's also good pressure because it can also help you to improve and grow when you can use pressure and stress in a good way. There's the good ones, the good pressure, the good stress. Yeah.
yeah,
So I'll probably have to say that. And obviously, of course, joining Faith and Melody, the warm welcome that I had, and just all of those just being introduced to all the Ohana and everyone worldwide. But a funny memory does come to mind when you mentioned Kuya Alfie from Isang Tinig, Isang Himig. And this was, I think it was also my first year when I first joined in 2021. You know how at the end of the year, we usually have a more fun episode? And we had this fun episode, and just a quick one before we go to a musical break. We had, how sometimes we use virtual backgrounds in here on the platform, and we had a virtual background, and it was like the beach in Hawaii, and so there was water behind us. And I remember Kuya Alfie, it was after the show. Uh, when you use a virtual background, sometimes you disappear, depending on what you're wearing. And so
Yeah.
he would like stand back, and I think he was wearing like a green blanket or whatever it is that makes you disappear, and all you see is like the top
Is
part
that
of his neck, and it looks like he's just floating
floating?
way back there in the water. And it's all those fun times that we have even on the show and even after the show and even before the show and pre-pods. Like that's what makes the whole family aspect of INC Radio. You really see it there when you become part of the production, when you become, you're helping in some way there in behind the scenes, or even in front of the camera, behind the camera, whatever it is. So oh, actually, one before we go to this, honestly, last one. This very fun one, and I was still there in live chat. Was when Kuya Nico, one of our Kuya Techs, our brothers there in the main studio, when he actually, it was during one of the episodes with Ate Jonah, and he had, they were really, it was like a show about the people behind the scenes, about our Kuya Techs, right? And I don't know how they were able to do it, but they got Kuya Tech on the mic, right, on air, and he actually sang a song, right? And
He
everyone was
did.
clapping and happy. I don't remember. Do you remember the song that Kuya Nico sang? But Kuya Nico, if
Uh,
you're listening, right, that was like one of the
I know
memorable
he
moments.
I know he sang a song by himself, but I know he also sang another song with someone else. So I only remember the one he sang with someone else, but I do remember everyone, seeing our behind our Korea text in their faces in person, because you just see
Yes.
them, we never see them. So that was amazing. But I don't remember the actual song he sang. And I think he sang it a cappella. There was
Yes, he
no
did.
he
He
sang it
did.
a
And
cappella, but I don't remember what the title was. I'm sure someone will. It's like, hopefully maybe Team Live Chat knows. I don't know if they're there. Yeah. Was it Panalangin?
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure. It
don't
was
know.
like a while ago, but I know
Yeah.
Kuya Nico's not on board with us right now. It's Kuya Pong and Kuya Irene. But yes, we're gonna get to a music break because I realize what the time is right now. But thank you to everyone that's been sharing their own memories of INC Radio. Kuya Stans had a funny one there about a misspelling in one of the segments, and so instead of saying the word competitive, because there was a misspelling in that word, they were trying to read it. It says
That was on my episode. Oh,
it's like
Sister Tony,
competitive.
yeah, Sister Tony misspelled competitive. So he couldn't pronounce it. It was Say It Your Way Monday. That was our segment. So yeah, he said it competitive. That was Sister Tony's word, her blooper.
And also, Ate Isco says there, I was able to learn a lot about life and faith, reconnecting with people I met in the past who are here on INC Radio, which is true. I've met so many people that I used to know when I was much younger, single digit, and they're like in other places now. But then you see them in live chat, it's like, oh, Brother Jay, oh, it's like, it's me. Do you remember me from New Zealand? Do you remember me from here and there? I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like, sometimes like you're still very young. Manang Flo, I like Manang Flo's one. I don't know if you read that one at the cat. She says, I remember at the cat saying, I thought you were taller, Manang. And that was very, very funny. Like, I guess when you met her.
Well, brother Stefan's the first one who said that to me. I thought you were gonna be taller at the cat, and so I just passed it on to Manong Flo, because Manong Flo seems larger than life on air, but she's quite petite.
Well, with that, we're going to take a quick musical break. We have a song request. Kuya Joshua Arteta had a song request. Not sure if he's still awake, but maybe if he watches the replay, he wants us to play 45. I believe that's how it's pronounced. But we also have our Faith and Melody Heartbeats, Kuya Joshua's, and also Still Blessed by God, which is from the Orange County INC Music Video Awards 2024. So enjoy these next two songs, and we'll be right back after these Faith and Melody Heartbeats. Tech, take it away.
Your requested song, our favorites, Faith and Melody Heartbeats.
There are moments in your life when you stumble in the dark, when you're struggling to make it through the night. So you close your eyes and pray, and to God you humbly say, I am here, please draw near, show me the way. And you look up to a glimmering night sky, and you smile at the light of the stars. What you feel in the air, what's been there all around you, God's love. You're still blessed by God. And so forth you walk with a spring in your step as you wait for the dawning of day. You fear no shadows that lurk in the dusk, for God's love will light the way. And you look up to a glimmering night sky, and you smile at the light of the stars. What you feel in the air, what's been there all around you, God's love. You're still blessed by God. Hear God's words, ever close to your heart. Don't let go. Hold on the good fight. No matter the darkness that covers the night, we have God's light. You look up to a glimmering night sky. You will smile at the light of the stars. You will feel it in the air, everywhere, all around you, God's love. You're still blessed by God. To a glimmering night sky, you will smile at the light of the stars. You will feel it in the air, everywhere, all around you, God's love. You're still blessed by God.
Marami ang sa akin nangunguli, dahilan ko ay gusto nilang marinig sa simpleng tanong kung bakit wala pa ako kaisang dibdib. Sa totoo lang ay di ko alam talagang sa akin nakalaan aking susuyuin at mamahalin. Bakit di pa siya dumarating? Hindi naman ako mainipin, hindi naman ako maramdamin. Di lang maiwasan ang mag-alala, pagkat ako'y 45 na. Pakiusap naman, ako'y nakikiusap. Sigaw ng puso ko'y akin ang mahanap. Umaasang sa akin may nakalaan, di ko lang alam kung saan Hindi naman ako mainipin, hindi naman ako maramdamin. Di lang maiwasan ang mag-alala pagkat ako'y pagkat ako pagkat ako'y 45 na. Sana'y paratingin mo na siya na aking makakapareha. Nais ko nang mag-asawa bago ako bago ako bago ako maging 50. Oh, ayan na pala siya.
Your requested song. Our favorites. Faith and Melody Heartbeats.
And welcome back, everyone, to Faith and Melody. And as we wrap up this first day of our celebration this week of 9 years of Faith and Melody here on INCRadio, the last part of this conversation, we want to ask everyone as well there that's tuned in right now, they're in our live chat, what is something that you'll always keep with you that you learned or you gained through INC Radio, through any of the programs or shows, or even, of course, Faith and Melody? What's something that you'll keep with you that you've learned or gained because of tuning in or listening to INC Radio? How about you at the cat? Anything come to mind?
There's so many. That's the problem. There's so many things
Yes.
that come to mind. I will say, in terms of specifically Faith and Melody has been my number one show ever since the first time I joined it as a guest. In I believe it might have been 2018 as well, where I first met brother Jordan, Manong Del, Manong Flo, and even Ate Des. It was the first time I just trying new things. I think is really the thing that stays with me when it comes to INT radio, um, because there you meet people along the way that can make your ideas come to life, just like the singing competition. But in terms of INT radio itself, I feel like this is another way that I feel close to God, but also it strengthens my faith and gives me direction and hope. And and you don't have to do anything except listen. It's like the easiest mood booster. If you have your favorite shows, you know which ones they are. It's especially during such a hard time like the pandemic, like you said,
Mm,
during the disconnect, it was such a great companion. I think that's why I spent so much time. That's how I became so. I wasn't in Faith and Melody until the pandemic, and it wasn't until then that I really was challenged. But I love this show so much that I told Ate Des, I'm very frightened, I'm scared. Probably because I don't. That's probably why I don't remember the productions, the the prep, because it was so stressful. I just black it out. But my love for the show and my passion for sharing and helping others is so much stronger than my own fears, and yeah, my fears. So I don't even remember what the question was, brother Jay. But that's something that will stay with me in INC, about INC radio, that through God's help and the people that he brings to our lives, you can accomplish more than you think. So, and I've taken that with me. That's given me a lot of confidence in the other aspects of my life as well.
That's true. I agree with the entertainment side of it as well, where it comes to it's not just the topics that's discussed and all the conversations about food and weird food combos and like what do you do during summer, what do you do during winter, and and all of those things. But it's the hosts, it's the people that's actually um, communicating to you through this platform that makes it entertaining, that makes it enjoyable. And directly in line with that as well are the people that's there in live chat, our ohana there in live chat, all in different platforms, and just being able to create that connection with them. And then some of those connections become acquaintances, they become your close friends, and others become, you'd almost call them as family, right? And that all came from that initial hello. Hello, happy watching, everyone. Greeting from Melbourne, District of Australia West, or wherever you're tuning in from. And then it goes, oh, hello, brothers, like how this, and you join in the whatever discussion that they're having, and then they greet you. It's like, wow, we're all the way here in New Jersey, and you're tuning in so late in the hour. Thank you for tuning in, and things like that.
Yeah,
It's very,
exactly.
very cool. It's
It
very
is.
cool to meet all of those people like that. So that's something that I'll take away with me. It's like it's that brotherhood that you feel, that sense of belonging whenever you join. It's like, how they always say that when, as a member of the Church of Christ, no matter where you go around the world, as long as there's a local congregation there, you will feel welcome. You'll find someone that you will connect with. You get that with INC Radio as well, virtually from the comfort of your own home, on your phone or on your laptop or whatever it is, and you can like meet new people. And it's great that when you're able to work with them. So with that, because I know that we're sort of running out of time here, just to round it off, what would you, for you at the CAT, what would you like to share to our fellow INC Radio officers, our INC Radio family, as we call it here, but also to our beloved listeners, if you've got any message that you want to leave with them?
First, for our INT Radio co-hosts, co-workers, um, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for always putting on the show. Thank you for, even sometimes you're by yourself, right? But you push through, and it's inspiring. As also an INT Radio producer and host and listener and viewer, it's inspiring because we come to rely. I don't know. We come to rely on our shows. The quality, the topics. Maybe rely is not the, but we just love it. We just love it. And when the shows are absent, we also feel that emptiness. So thank you for always putting on the effort and the hard work. And for our friends who are avid listeners and viewers, uh, thank you so much for always supporting our programs. But if you also have the talent, whatever your talent is, share it with all of us, whether it's here on radio or in your local congregations. Whatever talent you have that God gave you, share it, because everyone else benefits. I don't have confidence in myself a lot of the time. I don't even like the sound of my own voice, and it terrifies me to see my face on camera. But because everyone tells me that it's super helpful, I do it. You do it for the love of the brethren and the love for the church administration. So, and it's inspiring to all of us. And special thanks to you, Brother Jay, for inviting me on today's show. This has been a wonderful a walk down memory lane. And I hope the show ends soon, because I don't know how much longer I can hold back these tears of happiness.
It's that as well, right? It's you might cry, especially on Faith and Melody when we have conversations, but they're generally tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of relief many times as well with the conversations that we've had here. So with that, everyone there that's listening, if you're even a silent listener, and of course if you're commenting as well, continue to support. And like what other cat said, if there's some way that you can help out in your own district, there's always things. If you're afraid of the camera, you can always start behind the scenes, right? There's always a need there as well. And to our beloved INC Radio officers, again, keep doing what you're doing, because even if there's only one person that you touch with whatever you're producing in your satellite, it's enough. Like that's what I needed. Like if I was the only person listening to Faith and Melody at that time, it was what I needed. And because of that inspiration, because of you sharing, the host sharing what you share, your experiences, the challenges, and how you got through it, I was able to find that I wasn't alone going through something difficult as well. Or even when you're going through something happy or whatever it is, you know that there's somebody else there with you. And it makes a difference, even if you only have 5 viewers, right? It makes a difference because one of those viewers might need it. And then it will be the biggest thing that's impacting them. So continue doing what you're doing, and never give up, never stop. And a quick shout out, of course, to our techs, our Kuya techs there in the main studio. That's always there. None of the shows that you watch here on INC Radio will be possible without our brothers there in the main studio. They're up many, many hours preparing, downloading, playing, and getting instructions from us. So thank you so much to all of our Kuya techs for putting up with us in our instructions, but also for helping us, because you're a big part of why INC Radio has succeeded to what it is right now. Because I've heard of the stories from the vistas that Ate Des has had before when she covered some of the Kuya texts that we've had in the show. But with that, quick shout out there in our live chat, everyone that tuned in today, everyone that shared their insights. Ate Tony Rose Valenzuela is there saying everybody has a story and it's nice to take the time to learn about it. So shout out to Ate Tony, Kuya Stan, Ate Isco, Kal Luz, Kal Melka, Kuya Josh, Kuya Arkush, everyone that participated in the show. Let's move on to the last part, Kuya Pong, Kuya Irene po. Our last segment before we close off the show officially. Our verse of the week this week on Faith and Melody is Pray for God's Protection, read by Minister of the Gospel, Brother Matt Talent. Let's all listen to this.
It's no secret that life is getting more and more difficult. Young or old, rich or poor, whatever your status in life may be, we're all going through our own set of problems. And it's natural for us to search for and rely on someone whom we think is knowledgeable enough to solve our problems. But who should we turn to? Hi, I'm Brother Matt Talents, and we'll be answering this question with our verse of the week, here in Psalm 91, 14 up to 16. The Lord says, because he is devoted to me, I will deliver him. I will protect him because he is loyal to me. When he calls out to me, I will answer him. I will be with him when he is in trouble. I will rescue him and bring him honor. I will satisfy him with long life and will let him see my salvation. So, who should we rely on? Our Almighty God. He has the answer to every challenge, every problem that we're facing. He promises to save and protect us, to be with us, to rescue us when we are in trouble, and most of all, to reward us with long life and ultimately salvation. Now, more than ever, we need the help and protection of our Lord God. So let's make sure that He listens to our prayers. But who among those who rely on God will He help? The ones who are loyal to Him. This is the reason why members of this Church of Christ are devoted in their services to God. This is also the reason why we continue to invite you, dear friends, to join us inside the Church of Christ so that you too can experience the great blessings and joy that God reserves for His loyal servants. We hope you've gained inspiration from this verse of the week. Stay safe, stay strong, stay faithful. God bless.
Thank you for that reminder for our verse of the week. And if you want to know more about our faith as members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ, you can reach out to us on our email, faithandmelody@incradio.net. And with that, at the cat, if you want to just pass the mic over to you for any shout outs and promotions.
I just want to say hello to everyone here in my district of New Jersey. A special hello to my district minister, Brother Alex Reyes. And I invite everyone to tune in every Saturday at 10:45 p.m. Philippine time. That's 10 a.m. Eastern time to INC Radio New Jersey. And you'll usually see me there. If not, I'm behind the scenes. Thanks, Brother Jay.
Thanks, Other Cat. And just for me, just for everyone that's tuning in, if you're watching us or listening on our replay episodes, come join us live here on the YouTube channel on INC Radio DZEM 954 every Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, or Tuesday to Friday for the Philippines at 12:01 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Thank you, Ate Adele, earlier. Thank you, Ate Kat. Thank you to Kuya Pong, Kuya Irene, our brothers there in the main studio. Of course, to our overseeing minister, Brother Edwin Sabuki, and our executive producer, Sister Dessa Senas, and to everyone there in Team Live Chat that's been sharing and participating in our celebration today. And of course, our very, very heartfelt thanks and acknowledgments to our CEBSI President, CEO, and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Irano Manalo, and our Executive Minister of the Church of Christ, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for giving us a platform like this, not just to share our faith, but to connect with our brothers and sisters in the faith all over the world. The next program is Iglesia Ni Cristo in the Bible, with their topic, Parents' Role in Building Children to Overcome Crisis, with Brother Ariel Evangelista and Brother Dennis Lavendino. The closing song for our broadcast today is Luha ng Kagalakan. I know that we're a little bit over, sorry to our Kuya Tex, but if you remember our previous Faith and Melody episodes, we used to do 3-hour shows, 4 hours sometimes. But yes, happy 9 years, everyone. Happy 9 years to Faith and Melody. I'm your Kuya J. Esperanza with Ate Kat here. And let's keep the celebration going. Tune in for the rest of the week here on Faith and Melody, and join us in the rest of our celebration as we commemorate 9 years of Faith and Melody here on INC Radio. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Happy 9 years.
Sa piting ng sandaling ito'y aming inasal.
and CEBSI, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.